Divas and Divos, welcome to Roller Diva Dance Fit. I go by the name of Lady Godiva. I'm a fitness coach and skating enthusiast. I'm also a clinical psychologist, and today we're going to have a little bit of a discussion about how you get the perfect roller skating body. Let's discuss cue music. Okay, everyone, so let's dive into this discussion. Before we begin, I would like you to like this video. I would like you to subscribe, and then we can keep having these little chit chats about really important topics like this one. So let's get into it. So how do you achieve the perfect roller skating body? So there's a catch here, right? This is more about a mindset than what you do physically. Now we're going to talk about some things that you can do physically, but we live in a world where there's a lot of Photoshop, right? Nobody's body is really their body. People are putting things in their booty, people are putting things in their boobs, people are altering things. So perfection is just not a thing. Because honestly, the perfect roller skating body is the one that allows you to get up and groove and roll on your wheels, okay? So you want to understand that first, and there are a few things that you can do to get your body in better condition for that. You want to realize that perfection is in the eye of the beholder, right? Whatever is going to work for you and make you feel the most confident is what you want to strive toward. That being said, I do want to give you some tips for what you need to do to feel better in your body. So one of the things that you really need to consider is how can you stay fit by doing activities that you love? So if you're looking at me, I'm going to assume that you love to groove and skate on 8 wheels. Here's 4 of them. Here are the other 8. That is a great way to get into physical fitness. You have to do what you love to do. I remember times when I felt like in order to be fit, I was supposed to run. And that is like fitness purgatory to me. I absolutely hate running. I think it's torture, but guess what? Now I go on the trail and I see people running and I'm on my skates and I'm like, good, you do you, I'm gonna do me. So you wanna figure out how can you do you. You don't need to do other people's idea of what fitness is to make it work for you. Do what you love, get outdoors, do it indoors, dance, skating, that's my jam. Figure out what your jam is. Here's another tip for you, strength train. Ladies, strength train. Here's why I say this, because I think sometimes women do not want to lift a weight. They don't feel like they need to. They just want to run for days or do a lot of cardio. You need muscle in order to burn fat, in order to be toned, in order to be strong, okay? So strength train. And what I mean by strength training doesn't mean go to the gym and necessarily find the biggest, most complicated machine and press it out and, feel like you're an Avenger or something. You don't need to do, if you want to, right? I am never gonna tell somebody not to, but that is not necessary. All you need to do is buy some weights. You can buy small weights, right? You can get a 10-pound weight, a 5-pound weight. You can get 2-pound weights. Anything's gonna work for you. And if it's not in your budget or your desire to spend money on weights, maybe you don't have the space in your home, guess what? Your body is a weight. Use your body. That's what push-ups are about, okay? There are so many different exercises, squats, lunges, where you are using your own body weight in order to strengthen yourself, okay? So do not sacrifice that. It's one of the most important things you can do to stay fit and to have your body moving and grooving like you want it to, okay? Also, you want to remember that if you just buy a few weights and tuck them in a corner in your home, much cheaper than a gym membership. If a gym is a place where you thrive, go for it. But if you notice that you get into a gym and you feel anxiety, you feel distressed, you don't like it, it's not your vibe, then do things that do make sense for you. I noticed when I went to the gym, and I don't go to the gym very often, I work out outside of the gym. And what I noticed is that when I went to the gym, I was so focused on what other people were doing. I'm highly competitive. So I was paying attention to other people when I really needed to just pay attention to myself and what would advance me in the best way possible. Okay? So again, if you feel like that is an environment where you thrive, go for it. If not, there's more than one way to skin a cat. That's a terrible metaphor. Pick something different. There's more than one ways to cut an onion. Now here's a real good one. Focus on what your body feels like, not what it looks like. Okay? Now, yeah, we want our bodies to look good, but when that is the focus, usually you miss the mark, right? If you're focusing on what your body feels like, so much more important. So what I mean by that is you want to focus on if your body feels like it's moving easily, if your body feels strong, if your body feels like you're not getting winded when you walk up the stairs and you have the energy to do things. That is really what the vehicle of this meat sack we're in is all about, okay? So that's what you want to pay attention to. You really want to pay attention to how your body feels. Then the looks are secondary. Now, the reason I say focus on how your body feels is because when we focus on what our body looks like, it's really difficult. We start to zero in on those problem areas or those parts that we don't quite think are up to par, and we stress. And guess what? Stress actually puts your body in a survival mode and you hold on to weight. So it ends up being a vicious cycle of you criticizing yourself, getting stressed out, more weight gain, and no matter what you do, you feel like it's not quite, it's kind of missing the mark, okay? So take a little bit of the stress out of it. Just a little bit of the stress out of it, okay? And pay attention to what your body feels like, what it's doing, and then the other stuff might actually start to follow along a little bit more easily. Yet another tip. For the love of Christ, eat what the fuck you want, okay? Don't restrict yourself in any sort of hardcore way, but you want to be able to moderate, okay? So eat everything you'd like, but the key here is balance. You want to eat some of the things that maybe aren't on the top of your list of delicious foods, as long as they're healthy. But if you want cake, if you want chips, have that, right? Moderation, everything, including moderation, right? So what I mean is that if it's your birthday, let it be your birthday, right? Eat your cake. Have moments where you say, I'm not thinking about nutrition right now or diet. Enjoy the moments in your life. But again, it's about balance. It's about being moderate and making that your lifestyle, because that is what is going to be sustainable. You want to ride this out. So another tip for you to feel more comfortable in your own skin is you want to wear clothes and accessories that make you feel good about yourself. Again, whatever that means, it doesn't mean you restrict certain outfits or only wear certain things. But if you know that there are certain parts of your body that you're like, I kind of take these parts of my body, then showcase them. Do things that make you feel good in your own skin, that boost your confidence, so that you're not hyper focusing on the areas that you don't quite like as much. Also, understand that body trends are not gonna be something that you want to follow. Guess what? Unfortunately, we're in a society where whatever body type you have, it will be out of style in about 5 years. So we want to pay attention to not having our body as a trend, okay? Just do you. Don't focus on what other people have, how big their booty is, how big their tatas are. Don't worry about that. Worry about you and making the best you can out of your whole situation. So, genetics is a thing. It's like a real thing, okay? Some people are short, some people are taller. Some people have the ability to have ripped six-pack abs. Other people are gonna have a lot of difficulty doing the same things, eating the same things. So you want to recognize that comparing yourself to others is not always a great idea because there are so many factors involved. You want to pay attention to that so that you're not unduly criticizing yourself. There are multiple factors to take into account when assessing how you look and what your goals are going to be. Now, there is nothing wrong with looking at somebody and saying, okay, their fitness goals, I want to get into the shape that they're in, or I want to move a little bit closer toward that. That is absolutely fine. Now, you don't want to hold yourself to the standard of exactly how they look and try to look like that yourself, but what I would suggest is pick somebody that already has a body type that is similar to yours. If you are short and you see somebody who is very long and lean, guess what? That is not what you're ever gonna look like in life. Don't pick that person as a representative model of a goal that you might have. Also, you wanna be mindful of if you're looking at people online, looking at people on TV, because again, then it's not just about, oh, we share a similar body type. They may have little tucks and tweaks from Dr. Surgeon to help them out. Okay, so you want to recognize that so that you have realistic standards for yourself, realistic goals. And please understand, you will be insecure sometimes. That is just a fact of life. It's not even a terrible thing. Sometimes if we feel a little bit insecure, it can allow us to look at what we might be able to enhance, what we might be able to do differently, how we might be able to improve. So it's not a bad thing. You just, again, have to have it in the right proportion so that it's not overtaking your life and it's not doing more harm than good. It's okay, embrace that insecurity. Don't try to get rid of it. Just try to understand it. And again, it's that balance of loving yourself and saying, if I can tweak this and make it better, I'm gonna go do that. Similarly, we all have things we don't like, right? You're gonna have those days where you are bloated like a fish, right? You're gonna have those days where you're like, I've got jiggly bits here and I've got dents and indentations there, okay? That is just a fact of life. You're gonna age, things are gonna droop and slide to the side. It's okay, all right? It's just about saying, okay, what parts here do I need to accept? What parts are okay? And again, if you're okay with it, most likely other people are gonna be fine with it as well. So at the end of the day, you're gonna have the perfect body if you balance caring for yourself and accepting yourself. And it's kind of like roller skating, right? That kind of thing takes practice, but okay, you got this. So love yourself, okay? Love your fellow divas and divos, okay? And I will see you next time on Rolling Diva Dance Fit.